There are some things you will not notice reading your Bible. I read the Bible, I don't know how many times, 60 or 80 times now, but some things you don't notice until you graph it out like I've done in this chart, this longevity chart. When you graph it out, all of a sudden you say, wow, I never saw that before. For instance, you will not notice until you graph it out that Adam lived long enough to know Lamech. Noah's father knew Adam for 56 years. Look at the seminar notebook graph there, or same thing here, but if you look in your book, it's just amazing when all of a sudden you realize how many generations back did Noah actually have an opportunity to meet. How many of you met your grandparents? How many of you have actually met your great-grandparents? Has anybody ever actually met your great-great-grandparents? Nobody in the room. Look at Noah. He could have known Methuselah, his grandfather. He couldn't have known Enoch because he left early, okay? But then he could have known Jared. That would be his great-great-grandfather. That's 2 generations. He could have known Mahalalel. That's his great-great-great-grandfather. Canaan and Enos. He would have missed Seth. But he could have known his great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. I bet they could have told a few stories, you know. Can you imagine Adam being able to tell his kids and grandkids and great-grandkids what it was like in the Garden of Eden? Imagine a family reunion back in those days. Okay, everybody hop on the camel. We're going to go visit great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather Adam. And he's going to tell us what it was like in the Garden of Eden before the first woman ate the first man out of house and home. Or whatever happened back then. But she did eat and they were kicked out. Some people say, did Adam ever have a date with Eve? Well, most people think it might have been an apple. But the dates in the Bible add up to 6,000, and you don't catch some things until you graph it out. For instance, some people are getting these things and using them for placemats at their table when they have company over. That'll start a conversation. We have them in laminated form. Real heavy 10 mil lamination, expensive stuff, like a driver's license. But they're $5 a piece for the colored ones, and you can get them in laminated for placemats or something. Or just hang on. Some people mount them on their wall in posters and frames and stuff like a picture. It really stirs a conversation. Like, wow, what is that? Some people try to teach that the Bible was handed down generation after generation after generation. You ever heard that before? Look at your chart. Is it possible that Adam knew Methuselah? Take a look at your chart. By several hundred years, right? Is it possible that Methuselah knew Shem, his great-grandson? They could have known each other for 100 years, right? Look how far Shem lived after the flood. Shem could have known Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So here you got Adam telling the story firsthand to Methuselah, Methuselah telling it to Shem, and Shem telling it to Abraham and Isaac. And if anybody argues or questions their story, you go back and check with the source. He's still alive. I don't believe you. Oh, let's go meet him. Come on, let's go get in the car. I'll take you right now.